Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's video. You're probably noticing the new beginning titles here. If you've been following along on my Facebook page and some of my other social media pages, you'll have noticed there's been some name changes, and I am changing my blog around a little bit. We've moved to a new website as of today. This will actually be the first post on the new blog, and we're now, instead of My Crafty Place, we are now Sam's Crafty Castle. I just changed it to be something that fit a little bit more of me. Okay, so that's the stamp we're using. Today, is a speed build video. It's featuring this stamp called the Clive Flower from Digistamps4Joy, because this video is being created for the Digistamps4Joy July challenge, which the challenge is always anything goes with an optional twist, and this month's twist is to use some kind of die cut or punch. I recently celebrated my birthday, and I got some new presents and things from that, which you'll see actually in August. I have a new video series coming up, which I will talk about a little bit later on in the video. But the stamp I'm using is called the Clive Flower. It's a stamp that was sort of a new release, but not a super new release. It was sometime in May or April, I think, that it was released. It is one of my favorite stamps, though, and I use it all the time. It was one of the first images I foiled, and the one I actually used today, as you may have seen earlier, was foiled with some rainbow deco foil before I colored it with my purple chameleon pen, although I'm not exactly sure which purple it is off the top of my head. So I'm just scoring up the card here with my score buddy. It's not actually my score buddy, it's my mom's score buddy, but I borrowed it. It is a top folding A2 sized card. You've probably seen me doing those a lot more lately. They're actually my preferred way to make cards, is to do the top folding cards. However, I usually just forget and don't cut them the right way. So I'm trying to get kind of back in that habit. You may see some weird cuts in this video. I didn't do a very good job with filming it this week. It was a little bit of a rough go. And I started having some lighting issues because I filmed it kind of late at night. The video is sped up to about 1.5 times fast, just so if it looks like I'm moving insanely fast. I promise I actually usually make cards really slow, as you saw in the real-time video I did. That right there is the die I'm going to feature. That little die pocket there that I had all those other ones in, I ended up not using it. But the die you saw on the top there, and you'll see here in a second, again, is the Alison ribbons dies. It was actually a birthday gift to me, but I happen to know that it was bought at JanaKDesigns.com, and it is a Cheery Lynn Designs die, and I was feeling really unsure about it. It was a really cool idea, but I wasn't too sure, and you'll see me not necessarily use it the best way possible here, but I was also kind of experimenting with it a little bit too, which is why I didn't exactly use it in a traditional way. But I've only used it once so far on this card, but I will definitely be using it more often than now that I've played with it a little bit more. So what's really cool about this die, I think, is that if you are like me and tend to want to try different sort of styles of ribbon, I guess, this lets you do it. Gina K Designs has a couple of videos using it, so I highly recommend checking out the Stamp TV channel, and you should be able to find some different projects using this, and you'll definitely see it in future videos from me as well. So I just not sure which ribbon I wanted to use or which pattern I wanted to use off of here, so I ended up just I ended actually cut out 3 different ribbons on this little width of paper I have here, and chose to just simply pick one that I liked, and I ended up just going with the first one. You'll see that I tend to do that a lot of stuff when I don't know what I'm doing. I just pick the first thing I see, kind of thing. And that's pretty much how I make cards anyway. So that's why sometimes I get some really random stuff, but it usually actually turns out really nice. I actually don't put a greeting on this card because I wasn't quite sure what I wanted it to say, but there's plenty of room when you see the finished product at the end, where you'll get to see, and here's, see where I have room for a sentiment or greeting. This is the die. I'll put it a little bit more in focus here in a second. The camera was set. There we go. Now it's more in focus. So you can see the pattern. It's kind of a little heart pattern. There's actually a little flower pattern that I cut too. But I actually decided I liked the little heart pattern a little bit better. So that ended up being the one I went with. I'm just using some mono dot adhesive to attach this all together. The green polka dot paper you see there is from Multi-Craft, from that stack I bought at Scrapbook Expo, or from that paper pack I bought at Scrapbook Expo. And then the purple is just something I had in my stash. I'm going to take a wild guess and say they were from either Joann's or Hobby Lobby. But I'm not sure. They're just loose sorts of pieces of paper out there. And the card base is actually the Gina K Designs layering weight cardstock. At the time you're watching this video, I will be probably working on buying some of the base weight cardstock. The layering weight is actually totally card base making acceptable kind of thing. But I don't know. I like the idea of having the even thicker stuff for the base weight. So as you can see, I didn't actually cut my ribbon or my paper to the right size. So I'm just going to trim it up. So what I do when I do things like this, where I do the sort of bordered images, is I'm going to put in one border, like you can see here, and now I'm just showing you kind of what it looked like. All glued down, and I'm going to glue the image down, or the digital stamp down next. If you notice, I kind of pick up my stuff really weird after I glue it, but next, and then I'm just going to glue the other ribbon down. Now normally something like these paper ribbons I would run through my Xyron. I may have run out of glue for my Xyron, so I need to go get some of that, but I have a trip to Hobby Lobby planned a little bit later in July with a friend of mine, and we will be able to pick up some more there, hopefully. So yeah, normally I would just run this through my Xyron and be done with it, but I just used the mono adhesive. Now these little ribbons dies would actually be something really cool. I think that could look really cool with the glitter borders tutorial that I did a while back, and I can link to that as well. And I think you could, if you used a small, like the 1/8 inch score tape or the thinner the thinner Terrific tape, I think it would look really cool there as well. And just some pictures here to wrap up the video for this week. And I forgot to mention, starting next week I'm going to be doing a series on the scan and cut machine. You probably know I bought one for myself for Christmas this past year, and I've fallen in love with it, and I feel like I've played with it enough to really be able to make a nice sort of video series for you. So that'll be the rest of July. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. And I will see you with the first of the scan and cut videos on the basics of the scan and cut next week. Thanks for watching.